Whether you're a nurse who is just starting your mobile IV therapy business, or you already have an IV therapy business, but you're not seeing the growth that you would like, today's episode is going to be for you. We are going to be talking to Michael, who is not only a marketing expert, but he specifically does marketing for mobile IV therapy businesses. So let's welcome Michael. Let's go ahead and get started. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into marketing specifically for IV therapy businesses.
Yeah, great question. So I was a pastor for 20 something years, 23 years, and absolutely loved it. And God was asking me to step out and start something new. And I've always done social media. I've done it for churches, I've done it for businesses, and I enjoy social media myself. Like it's really fun for me. And so I started doing some marketing. I went and got a certification from Donald Miller called Story Brand Guide. And so I got that certification to do small business coaching and to do more marketing. And with that, I was like, man, this is really fun. My wife and I moved to Abilene, Texas, and we have a CrossFit gym. And we decided, hey, we're going to have someone come and give us hydration. We didn't know what it was. Like, what is this? And they came and it was like, what? This is amazing. And from that, I was like, man, who does your marketing, Mr. IV Human? And he's like, no one's doing that. And I started looking into it and I was like, I can do this. And so I literally have niched down all the way to help IV therapists explode their businesses. I help some med spas, but mainly it's people that are doing IVs, both mobile. I also have some brick and mortar businesses as well. And it has been really, really fun. And I've learned so much. I am not a doctor at all. I'm not even close, no nurse, nothing. But I've loved helping the IV folks really help other people. And that's what I enjoy doing, is getting the word out so that you guys can go and really help people heal.
I love that, because especially, being a nurse who started an infusion business, we know the medical side, great, but the marketing, I'm like, all right, here we go. And I would say that's probably one of the most challenging aspects, like when you're running your business. So, of course, I really love to teach nurses everything that I've learned to be successful. And you've been a key role in that so far.
Oh,
So
thank you.
I'm super excited. My first question is, if someone is starting out their business, do you think having a website is enough, or do they have to have a website in the beginning?
So I think a website is a really good idea. At the same time, I think that we can get stuck on, I've got to have a website, so much so that people won't even start their businesses until they have a website. Because you can have a really good website and nobody's going to come to your stuff. They're never going to find you, because really you need traffic for people to find you. And I would tell you right now, for everybody watching this, is go and start your Google business profile. And it is super easy to do, and it's free. And what that is it's a way that people, when they search IV or hydration or hungover or sick or whatever the thing is, it's going to help you to show up on that poll whenever they search for it. So I think a website is important, but it's not enough. It's like having a storefront in the middle of the desert if nobody knows that it's there. So you can have a website, but you got to do the SEO behind it, which is really going to help people find you more. It drives traffic to your website, and it drives traffic to people being able to find you a lot easier.
And I can definitely attest to that, because I made our website in the beginning and I don't understand SEOs. It was just like a functional website, but I can look at how many people come in per month. And I mean, it's 150, like it's very, very low. Like it's not very much at all. And so far, you've really optimized. I had to Google my business, but I, of course, not being in the tech world, I did not know how to optimize it. And since you've kind of done that, I mean, even this week, we've already had a couple people call that found us from our Google My Business, and that's without getting our website redone, without running ads.
Yes.
So I can definitely attest to that. I used to be a strong believer that I was like, well, in the beginning, you can build your own website. And I do think you can, but I've kind of transitioned to, like, if I would have found you, a year and a half ago, we probably would be so much farther ahead than what we are right now. So
awesome.
Google My Business so far has already been helpful for us. What are the different ways? So say somebody is going to build a website, or they want a website built. What what are the different ways they can go about it, or how do they find a developer?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I want to go back to the previous question because we say SEO, and some people may not know, like, what is SEO? Like, do I need to hire a person? Like, what is an SEO? And it's search engine optimization. That's what that stands for. Search engine optimization. And all it is, I say all, it's fun for me because you're like playing games with words and different things. Like on Tiffany's new website that we're building, I'm really big into words and making sure these words are all over her website. And so she shows up as number one in the city that she lives in. And so that's what SEO is. And you do it on Google Business and all the things. Now, to the question about your website, the different ways to have a website built. So most of the clients that I talk to, they're like, I have a website, I did it myself. And that is awesome. Like, seriously, way to go. I think that everybody has done that. And I would encourage you to keep going. Like, it's going to save you money, and and you can do all the things, and you can Google how to do it in YouTube, and that's really good. And I call that the DIY builder. Okay. And that's with Wix or Squarespace or different things like that. It's cheap, it's easy to go, it's easy to launch. And the problem, if it's not really a problem, the only issue behind it is it does lack some SEO power. So that search engine power that goes behind it. So there's one way. The second way is like a custom developer. And so this is like, I mean, where you're going to pay a lot. I am not a custom developer. I'll just tell you right now. That is not me. I'm not that smart, and I don't want to spend that much time doing that. So this is professional. It's going to look really good. But you also, with that, you want to make sure that you own the site. You want to make sure you can get into the site. There's a lot of things that I would tell you to make sure that you can do when you're doing that. I think the best for mobile IV therapist and even brick and mortar and even med spas is the hybrid approach, because it's both very professional with a quote, I'm not a custom developer, but I know what I'm doing and have people on my team that are really good that help with that. And so I would start with the hybrid approach, because it's going to take everything on the DIY that you like and that you want, and you're going to talk to whoever, if it's me or whoever it is, and you're going to get what you want, and you're also going to get the SEO behind it. But the biggest thing in a website, I think, Tiff, is that you're not doing it. I think sometimes we waste so much, me also, we can waste so much time doing the things of like doing things in the business versus doing what we are called to do of the business. So
Right.
if you find yourself doing all the things, then I would say there's a few things that I would do. Give something away. Like, and you may have to pay a little bit. So the average, I want to bring this up, Tiff. The average cost to hire somebody to build a web, and you know this, me and Tiff, we go back a little bit, and and maybe she can talk about it another time. But the average cost to hire somebody to build a website is anywhere from $1,500 to $10,000, which is like, that's a lot of money. And I see this as, I mean, I'm talking to someone currently who lives in California who has paid so much money for this website. And I was like, send it to him. It's got to be beautiful. And she can't even find it because the developer is not giving it over to her for whatever reason. He's asking for the final payment. It's just a gross situation that may sound familiar to you. And a lot of people are paying $5,000, $6,000 for a really pretty site that doesn't bring you any leads. So with me, I'm not charging anywhere near 5K for a website. Also, when you work with somebody, make sure that you can get in there and do things, and it sets it all up for you. I would encourage you that you have one place for your website. People go to it, okay, and then it works all the way into your CRM, meaning you're able to handle everything from your website, and people can go to it, and it's super simple for them and for you. Does that
Okay.
make sense, what I'm saying?
It does. And there's a couple things I'm going to go back around. So first of all, with SEOs, I have learned, and, elaborate on this a little bit. SEOs do not work overnight, right? Can you explain? Because doesn't it have like, especially on like Google sends little
Yeah.
things. Can you explain this, like how it works? And because I know I've paid someone I built our website, and then I hired someone like way back when to like optimize our SEOs, and
Yeah.
our numbers didn't go up at all. Is that
Right.
something that's ever changing, or kind of explain that a little bit?
Yeah, SEO, think of SEO as like a snowball, okay? So it starts small, but it builds over time. Okay. And I hope that answers your question,
Yes.
because you want to start optimizing as soon as your site is even being worked on. And again, I want to encourage everybody, if you are working on a website right now, but you don't have Google My Business set up, pause and go right now onto Google, verify your business, and go that route first. And in that, in your description, I'm just going to tell you this, in your description of your Google My Business, put a beautiful SEO optimized description, which means say a lot of words about the things that you do. Okay. Tell your story in that description. So SEOs take time, but they don't have to take forever if you're doing it right. Okay. So, for example, with you right now, what you are doing, not just on Google My Business, but what you're doing on social media is helping you, because now Instagram, Tiff, is now being like if I search you right now, your Instagram is showing up right under your Google My Business. I don't know if you've done that. And it's
Hmm.
because there's some things in your Instagram that we have done to help you be able to show up number one. And that's a whole nother topic. I'm not sure if we're going to get there or not, but SEOs matter big time. And it's really
And
about
more than
keywords.
just the website, right? Like it's a lot more than just the website. I
Oh,
used to think it was just the website. There is like so many things that affect it.
yes, it's not just the website. It's it's the web it's website, it's social media, it's Google My Business, it's Apple Maps, it's Bing, it's Yelp. And so something I've done for Tiffany, and I do for all my clients, no matter what tier they go with. So my lowest to my highest is I'm going to put you in 80 other directories. Okay. So that you're going to show up number one on not just Google, but on everything. And let me see if I can show that real quick, if that'd be okay,
Sure.
of what I'm talking about. All right. So you can see right here that these are the listings. Okay. And this is Live Well Lounge, a brand new client of mine in Kentucky. And right now he's showing up on Google and where to on Yelp. It's a partial match on Mercantile, on City Search, on Map. But you see all these different things that he is not showing up on at all, anywhere. And this is a big problem, that if you're not showing up here, then you're not going to show up on Google as much. And so what I do, and you can see this right here, where it says your business name, your address, and your phone number, all this stuff is SEO, all of this. And so for Tiffany, I want her to be at 100%. She's not there yet. I think she's at 67% of everything being done. And so that's what I'm talking about with getting you and everything. Because on SEO, I'm going to go to this picture right here. Is so you see that 10 right there, Tiff?
Yes.
Okay, so what that means is he is showing up as the when people search IV, or they search wellness, or they search anything, he is showing up as the 10th one on Google search, but he's showing up as the second right here. And so what
Okay.
I do for everybody is I want you to be number one in this whole entire square, and then we get bigger and bigger from here. We just
So
keep
is
going
that
out.
his whole service area?
This is his service area, yes,
Okay.
as of right now. Yep. He
Gotcha.
actually goes further than this, but we want to get your home base all at once, and then we go from there.
Gotcha.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
It does make sense.
Yes.
And so I guess with Google My Business too, I had already set one up. I set one up like way when we started, but
Mhm.
I guess I didn't realize how much you need to. I don't know enough about this. I just didn't. There's some things like I didn't want to fill in our address because we're mobile, so that would mean
Mhm.
I'd put my address on there. And honestly, I don't even know what you went in there and optimized, but it's
Yep.
made a difference because we've had people calling and they're like, "Well, I just looked up mobile IV therapy and you popped up." So, what exactly do you have to put in there?
Yeah, so I mean it's different for everybody. So I can't tell you like, here's exactly what you're going to put for you.
Okay.
I would use anywhere infusions a lot. I would say that over and over again. I would also with Google My Business, you want to post on there almost like it's another social media account. So you post
Oh,
pictures, you post updates, you post different deals that you're running, because all that's going to do is show that you're an active business, and it's going to keep you moving up. So a lot of people, and that's what I can do for people. So as far as posting, not just on your social media, but we're posting on your Google business as well, and it's showing Google like, oh, this person's legit, this person is
okay.
real.
So is
Um,
that what pops up whenever you're like, say you were to go to Google and type in mobile IV therapy near me, say Anywhere Infusions pops up, they click on that. It doesn't go to our website, but it goes to our Google My Business. Then there's all the pictures you can go through. Is that kind of like what, if we upload stuff to it, people can see it? Like the same kind of with restaurants? Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yes. So I'm
Okay.
gonna share my screen, and we're gonna do this live on here together.
Yes,
Okay,
we
so what
can.
I did, I just searched IV therapy, um, IV. Well, it's gonna be Abilene 'cause that's where I live. Y'all don't come and stalk me. But what it does is it pulls up. It's going to pull up, Big Country Med Spa. Okay, that's a med spa. That's good. Rest, which is really good. Big Country Mobile Med. And in these, what do you notice, Tiff, that's really standing out? Because these, no one used ads for these, but what stands out to these?
Is it just the pictures? Like, or what do you mean what stands out?
Well, when
I
you're
mean, I
looking
look
at
at the
these,
reviews, first of all, and then I also like, I know me personally, I would click on it because I didn't realize it popped up their pictures.
yeah,
But I mean, you're not wrong. I would look at it to be like, oh, so what does this look like? What do they do?
right.
Are they
So
sketchy?
So this Big Country, the reason that they are number one in the search currently right now, I would say, is because they have 257 reviews.
Does reviews make is that like one of the biggest things?
So review is a part of SEO, right?
Yeah.
So there's constant things on there. I'm sure that they're even replying to the reviews. So
Do
if
you
I
recommend doing that?
100%. So
Okay.
yes. So yep. See, a day ago, 2 days ago, this person left a review, and then they've already responded. Boom. They've responded to all of them. So they're doing a great job. But you also see these pictures, okay?
Yeah.
And so that's this person's doing a really good job. I mean, I've been here. It's a really good business.
Okay.
They're doing a good job. But here's back to the question, and what I would encourage you with is, okay, you just started. You don't have reviews. You're like, I don't have reviews. That's okay. But you have pictures, and here's what I want to tell you. Okay. And I don't know if it's coming later on, but if I'm going to have someone come put a needle in my arm, I want to know what this person looks like. Okay. That's a big deal, therapist people. Okay. I know it's hard. You're like, I don't want to. Okay. Tiffany's site is going to have her all over it. All right. And I've done another site. He is all over that website. Okay. And he's like, I don't want to. I'm blah, blah. I'm like, no, people need to know what they're working with. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would even on your social media, take your logo off of your profile picture. It needs to be your face. Okay. It's only
Okay.
going to help you. I would encourage everybody to do that. So we may be off track. I'm not sure
No,
where we're at,
we're
but
doing good. Whoop.
I'm just kind of
I
flowing.
think that's good because I can tell you, and kind of what I thought with you. So I don't mind being on camera. I used to hate it. I literally took an online speech class because I'm like, oh, I'm not doing this. And now here we are. And I promise, just from experience, it gets easier. I can tell you, talking in front of the camera, especially if you're a nurse who's like, I can't do that. Yes, you can. If I can do it, anybody can do it. But in my city, there are more commercials, but they have these two twin brothers, and I honestly can't even tell you what the commercials say. I just know that they have like an HVAC company. And so that's my goal, to be like, oh, IV therapy, that girl. And they may know
Yes,
nothing else, but at least it helps you think about it. And I think it's a huge deal.
it is. It
It
really
is.
is. And especially with nurses, like if I'm sick and I'm looking for something and I put it in Google, but I don't see the person, I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
until I see the person because that person's coming to most likely
Right.
coming to my house. And I hate to be a judgmental person, but I just
Well,
need
if
to
you're
see your
having someone
face.
come in your house,
Yeah, I just need to see your face. Like
yes,
what are you real? Um
yes,
and also I would say this, I believe that is a limiting factor in most small business growth. No matter if you're selling lawnmowers or IV, is the fear that we have of throwing ourselves out there because we think, what's that person going to think of me? Here's what I'll encourage you with. I hear you, I get it. At the same time, if you don't, who is that one person that you didn't get to help be more healthy? Let that sit in. If you don't go for it and throw yourself out there, there's somebody out there that's waiting for you to go for it so that you can help them heal. So go for it.
that's very true. And I can tell just from, having our business, honestly, the business has made me a better person because I've had to really like get over some, like, I used to be I used to care way too much what people thought, even like a
Mm,
year ago. And
mhm,
finally, like this business, you have to put yourself out there. But
yeah,
a lot of nurses are like, okay, one of the big reasons, yes, we like helping people, but also it's like I have small kids. The schedule at the hospital is like taking away from time with my kids. And so I'm
yeah.
like, if I have to get in front of people so I can have more time with my kids, here
Amen.
we go.
That's really good. Really good.
So, yes, there was a question. What was it? Oh, okay. So for Google My Business, um, I know you kind of get the vibe of feeling people out, especially if like asking, like, hey, is it okay if I take a picture of you getting an infusion to use? If they say yes, and something I will say that I have found, some people don't mind getting pictures. They just don't want their face to be in it. So, what I have learned is ask, like, is it okay if I take a picture of you? But I actually get behind them and you see them in whatever chair they're in, and then you can see the IV going. And then if they leave a Google review, because I always text the patients the next day and
Good.
they post it on Google, I can copy and paste that Google review and overlay it on the picture of them. And then that's another post that you have on social media. But
So
so
good.
you can do multiple things with it. But for Google My Business, would it help, if you're getting pictures of people, just to then add that to your Google My Business? Like, do you think that helps people seeing like, oh, they've clearly done a ton of infusions, or do you think that's not helpful?
Very helpful. Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Post,
Even if
post,
there's
post,
0
post,
explanation, just
post.
showing that okay.
Because
Okay.
because you're doing 2 things. You're showing that you've actually done this, and Google is saying, "Oh, they've actually done this." And it's
Okay.
just gonna because Google wants Google wants money. They and the
Yeah.
more that they click on, it's just a win-win for everybody. So, yes.
Okay. Okay, let's kind of get into social media and ads.
Okay.
So, first off, do you think that you have to have social media in order to be successful with this type of business?
No, you don't.
So, if
Um,
someone does not want to use social media, how do you think that they use, I guess, would it be ads that you suggest they do?
so to answer your question, you don't need to have social media to be able to run your business. Now, do I think you can really explode your business if you have social media? Yes. Again, um, it's only going to help people to know that you're out there.
Mhm.
And I know this may sound like a lot for some people, like, oh my gosh, I've got to do this and this and this and this and this. And it can be a lot. At the same time, that's where we can come in, or anybody else can come in and really help you to run your business so that you're not doing the stuff and you're
Yeah.
helping people. So I would say no, Tiff, it's not needed, but I would say yes if you really want to grow. So,
Okay.
but that doesn't mean you need to post 20 times a week. All it
Right.
means, really once a week, if you're just starting out, would be great. You need consistent quality content that's going to build trust and
Okay.
makes you the go-to person in your area.
Okay. Well, I good because I know most of the people I feel like are like, yes, I can start social media, but you do have people that are so terrified of it. They're like, oh, I can't even do this business because I don't know how to do social media. And something else I encourage, yes, I personally think it's better to have a social media and use your face.
Yes.
But there's also a lot of faceless Instagrams and faceless stuff that is doing great. And you may have zero idea what I'm talking about right now, just like the nurses that are listening. But I mean, ChatGPT can be very helpful and not doing everything for you, but you can be like, the more specific you are, the more it helps. And you could say, I am a nurse, starting a mobile IV therapy business. I want to use social media, but I want to be faceless. Give me post ideas. So you can definitely do it. The
Yes.
more specific you are, the more chat will help you, but you definitely can do it. And the first, I mean, we're almost year and a half that we were open. We did not run. I say we did not. I ran maybe like 1 or 2 ads, and it wasn't even an ad. I boosted a post, like nothing happened of it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing,
Yeah.
but it was pretty much all organic. And I mean, still only using organic. I mean, we paid our business off in 10 months and I was able to leave
Mm.
bedside. And so just adding ads and the paid aspect in is just going to like explode
Yes.
everything. And thank goodness I met Michael. I actually found you from an ad. And
Exactly.
I think we had an ad on, I think it was Facebook about
Yep.
IV therapy,
Yep.
and, I think I'm getting ahead of myself,
Go
but
ahead.
I'll wrap back around to this. With ads, okay, so I'll make a whole nother video about this, but I've learned trial and error with things. And as a company, we've kind of been taken advantage of a couple times just from trying to find ads and someone to do our website and then promising something, and they were not great people. But through that, I've learned people do ads differently. And so how would you say are the different ways that people run ads? Is that too vague? Do you
No,
understand
that's
what I'm
great.
saying?
No, that's
Okay.
really good. I think what's important, and I love to hear that right now, and we have not, as of today, whenever we're recording this, August 12th, 2025, we have not ran ads for TIFF yet. Okay. And
No.
it's on purpose. I mean, we can. So a lot of times when you reach out to a company, here's what I want you to know. I am not just going to do this I mean, honestly, I think my prices are the lowest anywhere.
I
And
can attest. Yes.
I don't think there's anybody else actually doing strictly IV therapy, um, at all. And I love that. So, but if you call an ad agency and they say, yes, we'll run your ads. Okay, that's great. Awesome. But here's the problem with that. You have no foundation. So if you don't have a foundation and you're running ads, yes, you will get clients, but you'll also get a lot of ugly clients. Here's what I mean. If you throw a big net into the ocean, you're going to get a lot of fish. But what are the fish that you're looking for? And so you want to set up your foundation with, like we've been talking about, Google My Business, with some social media. And because if I run mainly ads on Meta, okay, and that means Facebook and Instagram. I can do Google ads. I have two clients I run just Google ads for, and it's going great for them, but they don't have a social media presence. But when you can have all of it together, it is just like adding fuel to the fire. And so, Tiff, when we start running ads for her, and by the way, my ads that I run, I start at $10 a day. Like, like there's no need to start at $50 a day. When an agency tells you that, here's what they're saying. Yeah, we got to start you at $50 a day because you have no foundation. With me, again, I want to take care of you. So I'm going to set up your Google My Business. I'm going to set up, if you want your website, I'm going to set these things up for you to have a good foundation. And then we run a $10 ad, it's on. Like it is incredible. So I would encourage you, like I have a sweet friend that Tiffany referred. So thank you so much. And we're getting her. She just started July 1st, and her social media is moving. We haven't ran ads yet, but when we do, people are going to go to it and be like, oh, this person's legit. And it's just going to help her grow. Also, before I forget, stop boosting posts. Okay. Don't waste money. I'm sorry, Meta, you're going to shut us down, but don't put money into boosting posts. It is literally, you're just send me money. Okay. You can Venmo me, Michael Head, if you want to do that, but don't boost post. It is such a waste of money.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, there's many ways. There's many ways to do it. The way that I do it, I literally run a $10 a day ad. And what it does is it is literally, honestly, it's running in the United States and England. I had to turn that off because it was like the time difference was crazy. But I run $10 a day and my schedule stays full with talking to people. And it's only $10. And then when I talk to somebody, so they go in through my whole funnel, my whole system, and then I get on the call with them, like, just how we got on the call is how I run your ads. So it works. And I would encourage you, whenever you're so much here, Tiff, when you're researching a company and they want to run your social media, please go to their social media and look at it. Like,
Yes.
if
Yes.
they don't have social media, please abort the mission. Like don't do it. Please don't do it. If they want to run ads for you, say, hey, can I see an ad that you ran? For me, when someone says that, I say, sure, here's some ads, but also the ad that you saw to get us on this call is how it works. And they're like, oh, that's legit. So hope that answers your question.
Watch part 2 of Michael and I talking about all things marketing, advertising, and what you should do for your mobile IV infusion business. You do not want to miss the rest.